Good afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I am with you. It's about 5 o'clock today. Um, and yeah, we gotta say hello to everybody. But before we do that, yesterday we cut the show short because we were working on a project, and I said I would post pictures, but I didn't remember to take pictures. But she had to wear it today, so I said everybody was gonna get a chance to see it. So, little baby, show them the shirt.
I can't really do it though.
That's the shirt. That's the royal blue hoodie with the, what is it? Team River.
River.
Team River. It's just River, but you say you hold the R out.
It's just because of this.
Yeah, it's backwards on the screen.
E.
But it's still Team River. So, all right, there you go. You showed everybody, and it was wonderful making the shirt. Okay, you can go upstairs now.
I don't want to.
Well, you can't stay right there. So you can come over here. And you can have a seat. All right. So, that's that. Watch out, you in my way. I got to be able to get to my mouse so that I can read all the stuff. And I have to have ease here. I have something to do with my hands. All right. So, let's get to the hellos. What are you doing? Stop doing that. It's making noise. Robert Willis, good afternoon. Got Miss Pittsburgh in the house. Good afternoon. Erica Hummins, representing Reading. Good afternoon. Steban Speed in the house, representing Westwood. Good afternoon. Got Maria Smith, representing, what do it say?
North College Hills.
North College Hill. No S. North College Hill. That's Maria. That's the rounding out the top five. Regina Denson Griffin. Good afternoon, representing Madisonville. We got Sea Breeze in the house, representing Boston. Daryl in the house. Says what up to the last out there. I don't know what you mean by that, Daryl. I don't know what you mean by that. But he's representing us in Forest Park. I mean, I genuinely don't know what you mean by that. Okay, hold on a second. Crystal.
Hey, man, I don't mean to call you this early. I think it's not moving on Facebook. I can see you on YouTube, but it's just on the countdown clock.
Oh, so you're frozen over there on Facebook.
Yes.
Okay. I don't
I
know
just
if
want to
there's
let you
much
know
I
that, 'cause
can
I don't know how
do.
many other people is experiencing that.
Nat
But you
says Facebook is working for him. Anybody else? The Facebook people, is Facebook frozen? Is it working for you guys? Seabreeze says not frozen for me on Facebook, so you might want to refresh.
All right, yeah, I said that. Alrighty. Thank you.
No, thank you. I appreciate the heads up.
No problem. Bye-bye.
All right.
Hi, little baby.
You didn't say hi. She said hi to you. Let's get back to it. Look, I appreciate the heads up because sometimes it be doing strange things and I don't know. So if it's doing something strange, please let me know, and if I can fix it, I'll fix it. Miss Pittsburgh says good afternoon, everyone. Nick Brown in the house, representing beautiful Blue Ash. Lewis Talbert out there in Sharonville. Good afternoon. We got David Herring from Parts Unknown. Oh, that's old school wrestling stuff right there. Nathaniel Livingston, representing Toledo. Good afternoon. We got Terry Anderson in the house out of downtown. Crystal Hoskins, representing the Christ Hospital. David says the countdown clock is back. Nate wants to know how y'all get on so fast. Somebody giving kudos. Jeannie Mulholland. Happy Friday. Yes. Brenda Early, representing Fairfield. Good afternoon. Britt out there in Dallas, Texas. Good afternoon. Somebody says happy Friday, little baby. Let me see. Nate's got something to get off his chest. Daryl says, did y'all Facebook Live freeze too? So maybe a few people did freeze. Somebody said, good job co-hosting yesterday. Nat Turner out there in Madisonville, good afternoon. Got Lamont Jones representing Westwood, good afternoon. Jerica says, hola, me familia, good afternoon. That's how you pronounce that, ain't it? You say hola?
No.
What do you say?
Well, not really.
What are you supposed to say? If it's not hola, what is it?
Hola.
H-O-L-A. But
It's how you spell it.
right, but if you sound it out, hola. Hola.
That's not how you say it, though.
Yeah, that's how I'm going to say it. Pamela Kinney out there in North Avondale, good afternoon. The baby is toothless and so grandpa will be. That's funny. The fake Dave Stinger checking in, representing Avondale. Good afternoon. Let me see. A few people are saying there are no issues. Fame out there in Groesbeck. Good afternoon. You don't have to cover up your mouth because you say something about you. Don't worry about that. They gonna come back strong. LaDonna says she's not getting notifications. Turn the notifications off and then turn them back on. Try that. I don't know. The little baby finished the shirt. I missed the beginning. Show them your shirt. Stand up, show them your shirt. Some people missed the beginning. Here, you could have stayed back there and showed them the shirt. That's the shirt. That's the shirt. Team River.
River.
Yeah, same difference. Let's see. Yes, I do have 2 Facebook pages running for the show. Let's see. Who is Lil Baby's favorite wrestler? I don't know. Do you have a favorite wrestler? No. Do you watch wrestling? No.
My dad.
Huh?
My dad.
Is he a wrestler? I guess he is. He wrestled. Yeah, he wrestled. Yeah. Daryl says it's freezing on my end as well. Hopefully it's fixed up. LaDonna out there in East Price Hill, good afternoon. And Samuel Campbell, good afternoon to you. Jason Dockery in Crosby Township, good afternoon to you as well. All right. So 513-717-KING. That's 513-717-5464. That's the number to get on board. Chelsea says, me and Kevon are in the building. Did he win Baby of the Year or the whatever? I be voting. I don't really be paying that much attention. Twin in the house. Good afternoon. Twin. Good afternoon. And you headed upstairs? You could go watch some more Inspector Gadget. I got her watching Inspector Gadget finally. Even though she claims she don't like it, but she be watching it. Oh, let me see. So what is going on? Of course, we all know elections. Still election fallout. Trump's finally getting to what? He's appointed his chief of staff, or he's announced that he will appoint his chief of staff, which will be his campaign manager, which is reasonable. Somebody brought up the racist text message about report to a plantation to pick some cotton or something like that. You know, it's America, y'all. It's America. If you thought anything other than you were gonna see stuff like that, I don't know what to tell you. It's America. That's how America get down. You're gonna see stuff like that. You're gonna see stuff like that. It just is what it is. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, and then the FBI or authorities are investigating. What is to investigate? Oh, there's a Amber Alert in Columbus, Ohio. White Ford Ranger pickup, HRW 1901. Mackenzie Hall, age 13. White, female, brown hair, gray hoodie, white shoes. So be on the lookout for that if you are in that area. Nate says the text message may prove to be fake, but whoever made it might be in trouble. They actually have the feds looking into it. What do you mean it might prove to be fake? I mean, it's clearly nobody's reporting for slavery duty, so it's clearly fake. But, I mean, some people definitely got it. Some people definitely got it. So, I don't know. Somebody will get in trouble for it, maybe. Maybe. Why is that illegal? It's wrong. It's mean. It's racist. But why is it illegal for me to send out an email? I mean, a text blast and tell people to basically report for slavery duty? Why is that illegal? What's the crime? I mean, I'm sure someone actually has the answer. I'm not saying it kind of, rhetorically. I'm asking legitimately, what's the crime? What's the crime? What would that person be charged with? What, like ethnic intimidation? Okay, inducing panic or fear. Maybe. It's definitely not it's not terrorism, twin. And I don't think that you can, I'm pretty sure, how is it a hate crime? How is it, let's assume it's some crazy racist out there picking with you. It's not a hate crime to say, report your black A to a plantation to pick cotton. That's not a hate crime. I don't think that's a hate crime. I'm not sure that's, inducing panic or fear. Like, what reasonable person would actually believe to the point of panicking that they have to report to a plantation to pick cotton? So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not saying it isn't. But I'm not sure what the crime exactly would be. I'm not exactly sure what the crime would be. It is horrible. Look, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's good. DeAndre says if you only sending it to black people, it could be. How? What? What about it? David and Jason both say ethnic intimidation. I will have to look. What is the crime? Hold on, let me go back. Okay, ethnic intimidation is a crime that occurs when someone commits a misdemeanor based on the victim's race. So in order for it to be ethnic intimidation, it would have to be some sort of misdemeanor. And sending out a mass text is not, I was actually typing, sending out a mass text is not a misdemeanor. To my knowledge, what would be the underlying crime to make it rise to the level of ethnic intimidation? Because again, no reasonable person gets that message and thinks, oh my God, I got to report to a plantation to pick cotton. I think reasonable people look at that and they like, it's racist, MFs. Nate says, what if the Palestine Gaza protests, Jewish students got text messages saying, we've opened concentration camps, report with all your belongings? I would say that's horrible, yet still not necessarily criminal. It would be horrible, but again, what would be the crime? I'm wondering how they knew it was only going to black people. Andre says it should be a hate crime. Nobody can say anything about Jewish people, so we need to hold these people accountable too. Anybody can say anything about Jewish people that they want to say. I think the pushback that you'll get, you might lose your job, but that's not necessarily the government. What are you doing? But that's not necessarily the government punishing you. So what's the, for real? I'm asking, what's the crime? And like, I liked the idea of ethnic intimidation, but for it to be ethnic intimidation, there has to be some underlying crime. Inducing panic, Shannon says. And again, who's panicked over this? I think the argument could easily be made that a reasonable person would get this and not panic. I gotta go to a plantation and pick some cotton. Oh my God, what, you know. The news said the message was saying the person was going to be abducted. It's not funny. It's so stupid. It is so stupid. It was more than likely. I don't want to say, because I don't want to say more than likely. More likely than not. Okay, I don't want to say that. But it might be. It's silly. It's silly. It's cyber stalking. Is sending one text message to someone considered any sort of stalking? They put your government name on the email. That's not against the law. That's not against the law. It's not against the law to use it. I know some people don't like this, but it is not against the law to use someone's government name, even if they don't use their government name. It's not against the law. Jason says, almost like a bomb threat. Nothing like a bomb threat. I think a bomb threat is like totally different. Well, I understand it's a legit threat. Or it could be considered a legit threat. I'm gonna blow up the school. Like, what? That is actually inducing panic. Like, people could be afraid. The school's but what reasonable person gets that message and panics that they're gonna have to report to a plantation to pick cotton? But it is horrible. It is terrible. And whoever did it should get into some sort of trouble. Okay? Whoever did it should get into some sort of trouble, but I don't know, a good talking to or something like that. But I don't know that it's a crime. I don't accept that it's a crime. What else is going on? 513-717 513-717-5464. Well, I saw someone put up the Iranian threat, or the alleged Iranian conspiracy maybe to assassinate Trump. I don't know. I did see some people were saying that what's his name, John Hinckley Jr. talking about we got a job for you. I don't know that I like that. I don't know that I like that. I can see where somebody could think it's funny or something like that. But I don't know that I like that. I don't want to encourage any sort of political violence. I don't like Trump. I think he's a horrible, horrible human being. I think our democracy is in trouble, like we're on code red, really starting now, because they've been putting things in place for 4 years. So our democracy is on red alert and all of that good stuff. But I don't encourage political violence. Like, oh, I don't like the person who won, so I hope someone takes him out. That's horrible. That's horrible. I can't condone that. Not even a little bit. Because when things like that happen, you have to look at it, from the other side. So if Mrs. Harris had won, then, and someone said, hey, just take her out, I would be upset. Like, what? Because your side lost, now you want to see political violence. So, yeah, no, we can't endorse that. We can't endorse that. No. I reject that. Yeah, I reject that. Let's see, what else? And yes, Shannon, then we'd have a President Vance. Which, you want to say if you have a President Vance, because, the dude has dressed up as a woman. So, cross-dressing, he don't have a problem. He wear, that eyeliner, Yeah, I think he's kind of down secretly with cross-dressing. He don't really like Trump. He's really just doing whatever he has to do for power. For power. So, but you know how it is sometimes those closeted, like a closeted homosexual will be rougher or homosexual. You know what I'm saying? Will be, much more critical about homosexuality than somebody else. And so you imagine, based on his real life, if he was free to live his truth, he might not be a bad guy. But because it seemed like he might not be free to live his truth, he would be one of those, he's really against all of the stuff that he now claims that he's super against. I think it's him overcompensating. I think it's him overcompensating. So, I don't want a President Vance. But, Donald Trump is, 79? Anything could happen at any time. Anything could happen at any time. So, in the next 4 years, we may just naturally get a President Vance. I don't know. Nate says, can you endorse, I've seen this on Twitter, black people calling ICE on illegal immigrants to jumpstart the mass deportations? Does it matter that the snitch may be doing it to punish due to large portion of Hispanics voting for Trump? Hey, look, I'm not on the side of calling ICE on people, but look, y'all voted for him. Whatever he do, it's what y'all wanted. It's what y'all wanted. Y'all went out and voted for him because he convinced y'all that y'all better than those other ones. Now, he's one of the good Latinos. And when you get convinced of stuff like that, whatever happens, happens. Whatever happens, happens. So, Whatever happens, happens. I'm not calling ice on nobody. I'm not calling ice on nobody. Good afternoon, Pat Rogers. Good afternoon. What else is going on? Let me see. Hold on. Janice says, when someone has been made to completely change their way of thinking, they have been bought and sold, i.e. Vance. Yes. The ICE hotline is being circulated on social media. I'm not calling ICE, but they get if when he gets in power and he does whatever it is that he does, I'm on the people, the immigrants. You know what I'm saying? That's my cry now. Immigrants. Vernon talking about that's my plan. I'll see a group of them running and tell them they can hide in my basement. I'll tell them I'm going out to get some tacos. I'll be right on the phone telling ICE I have some of them in my house. Alonzo says calling ICE on illegals who could not vote makes no sense. And Ben says before you start calling ICE, watch out. It might be a black ICE soon. Well, yeah, you never know. They went out and voted for him. Like, he has people are just so, everybody, it seems like, and when I say everybody, I mean like a lot of people just want to feel like they're better than somebody else. And if I can convince you that you're better than somebody else, then you be on my team. I don't like that as humans, we seem to be that way. Now, it's weird. I'm one of those people who I try to live, I'm not better than you, you're not better than me, we're all the same. I may have some skills that you don't have, but I'm sure you have some skills that I don't have. You have some advantages over me, but I have some advantages over you. Like, you might look good, but I'm real smart. You know what I'm saying? You might, be athletically gifted, but I can sing. You know what I'm saying? Something, you can talk real good, but I can see real good. You know what I'm saying? There's something to balance everything out. Something to balance everything out. So that's why I'm like, it's not, no one person's better than any other person. It's just different. But people like to think that they are, or their group is better than somebody else. And I guess when you feel down, you feel, low, and like, everything is kind of crumbling around you, it's good to look at a different group and say, at least we're not them. And a lot of times that happens within a group. I brought it up, what was that, yesterday or day before yesterday? But yeah, they played us. Light skin was better than dark skin, or dark skin was better than light skin. Good hair was better than bad hair, and all of that kind of wide nose was worse than thin nose, and all of that good stuff. Slender women are better than curvier women, and we have and still get played, and for whatever reason, that stuff catches on and takes root. And it's hard to get out of it. And it's a tool that people use really to control groups. Mostly, I'm going to say minority groups. Nate wants to know, did Ron make it on the Lincoln Ware show? If so, he missed his call. I have no idea. Of course, I don't get an opportunity to listen to the Lincoln Ware show, so I don't know what goes on the Lincoln Ware show. Janet says, I'm sure the predominant immigration communities are terrified, and justifiably so. But their own community led to a good portion of their community led to this. A good portion of their community led to this. Like if Trump was talking about deporting a good portion of black people, I would like to think that a good portion of black people would not have stood up and voted for him. But I guess it all depends. Like if he talking about deporting dark-skinned black people, then maybe some of them light-skinned black people or people who perceive themselves as light-skinned black people would be like, yeah, I'm voting for Trump. We need to get rid of them darkies. So, I don't know. You never know. You never know. Yeah, Brent.
What's going on, E-Man?
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, I'm all right. Yeah, just seeing little baby back there. Man, there's so many things she could do to you, and you would be out cold. You would wake up 3 hours later, and the Facebook Live would still be going on, and most of us still would be there just laughing at you. But she would choke you out like Taz.
Well, not if I started crying. According to some of y'all, if I cry, then I got a right to cry, and nobody would laugh at me or make fun of me.
Oh, I'm laughing, just like we laugh at Ozzy every time he calls the Lincoln show. It is a crazy double standard, but there's only certain instances where it's okay for men to cry. You know, like at the birth of a child, yes, you can go ahead and cry, or your child gets an award. You know, you can look up there and cry, or if your child makes it to one of the sports leagues where they put a microphone in front of their face, and instead of saying "Hi, Mom," they say "Hi, Father." Yes, then you can be snot bubbles the whole 9 yards, because fathers get forgotten about all the time. So yeah, but I got a public service announcement. You know, I know little baby is there and everything, so you know, that's probably why Ron and Twin haven't called in. They can't, you know, use those filth words, but. Number is 513-871-0185. That's the Ohio Alley Cat Resource Center. They advertise low-cost spay and neutering. So if you got animals running around out there, you know, we don't want to have another little short-brained kitten incident, you know, in the garbage can or something like that. So get your pet spayed and neutered. But the second one is, 1-800, this is a national line, 589-9968. That is Ohio Responsible Gambling. So if you have a gambling addiction, definitely go ahead and call that number. You know, they can get you some free help. And the last number is 513-948-0023. And now that number you may recognize. That is the number to Dr. Chantel Thomas. Because you got a lot of folks around Cincinnati who pretend that they are, daywalkers or vampires. You know, we got queens that love their Vikings and Germans. You know, we got little dudes howling every chance they get. And, you know, behind their chaps, and maybe they need to try some cocoa butter or eat some Crisco if you're in a pinch. You know, some clean Crisco, not the one you fried the chicken or the fish in. But you can get that squared away. But yeah, so just a public service announcement. But one other thing. Oh, have you heard the story? We're going international this time. Have you heard the story from Equatorial Guinea?
No.
Oh, there's this dude named, let's see if I get his name right, Balthazar Ebang Igonga. He was some government official who had a wife and his own children, but he liked to be friends with other government officials' wives, to the tune of like 400 other government officials' wives. And they would have play dates.
Huh?
And they would make silly TikTok videos that came out through a government scandal. So that is crazy on TikTok to see some of those stories and how everything broke down there. But yeah, I think even the president's wife is caught up in going on play dates without his permission. So yeah, that joker's name is Balthazar, so it's a biblical name. Ebang, not E-Man, but Ebang Ngonga. So if you get a chance to look that up, that would be something to share with everyone on a different day. But that is a nice hoodie that you made, little baby. So great job. I know grandfather was only there to, put you on top of the chair so you could get it screened and all that other good stuff that I know nothing about. So great job. But just slip that left arm underneath your grandfather's chin, take the right arm, lock it in place, and just squeeze. Just squeeze and tell him shh.
She has tried that before, very unsuccessfully.
So yeah, but that's all I got.
All right.
Did you have any questions for me?
I don't think I have any questions for you, sir, except you kicked the hornet's nest, so when the hornet come flying out, you can't be shocked.
Look, that hornet needs to get a 6-foot step ladder to even look me eye to eye. And that's another thing, that little hornet who howls. That's another thing. He can sit down on Dr. Chantel Thomas's couch. In fact, you need to have her go back and listen to some of these shows so she can, psychoanalyze these dudes. Because my goodness, just the emotionalness. If he ordered a sweatshirt, you would have to make him an extra medium, because that's how emotional that little dude is. So, yeah, and let him borrow. I went back and looked at some of his videos. Let him borrow your lights that you wouldn't let Lincoln borrow, because he wasn't asking nicely enough. Because it is 2024. There is no reason why he can't. He's in the dark in videos, but maybe he's in the dark because the camera can't take it with his face being fully lit. But I don't know. But it's something going on. Or he got one of those Obama phones. Let that Obama phone go. Go get you an Apple. This is the one time when I'll say get an Apple product and not an Android product. But that's it. That's all I got.
All right.
All right. You have a good weekend.
You do the same. All right. Fame.
My man Emanuel, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, Fame.
Shoot, boy. Hi, little grandbaby. How you doing if you still there? I can't see the TV no more. I can't see the phone screen no more.
Yeah, she's still.
Can I give you a number?
Say that one more time.
Can I give you a telephone number?
Sure.
866-903-3787. That is the National Mental Health Hotline. If you got to call in the podcast and try to give help to numbers because somebody roasted you and ethered you and just really just touched your soul, a couple of days ago, you might want to call these people. They'll help you. They'll also help you get over your issues with Dunning-Kruger. Because, this last caller, he clearly thinks that he is exceptional. He thinks his skills are better than anybody's at anything. And it's like, dude, I don't know why you decided to come at me. You know that's going to come out bad for you. Just on words. We ain't talking about nothing else, we just talk about just talking slick. You can't do that. So your next call, I'm going to allow you to apologize to me and the listeners for listening to that jargon, that crap. Pardon me, there's kids around. You're going to apologize to all of us. Or I'm getting in your, you know what, for the next month, until the end of the year, until you apologize to me personally. I'm telling you, dude, you don't want this. Because you know
or Fame.
Go ahead. Or I could be the bigger man. He's the bigger man. He's 6'3".
No, we could enter 2025 with a different mindset, all of us, where as African Americans or black people, however you want to look at it, that even if we don't like each other, we don't have to publicly let it be known that we don't like each other. We can keep our private disputes private.
I agree with you.
And show love to one another publicly.
Emmanuel, you ain't never been more right. How many times does a guy have to say, quit talking to or about me? We ain't cool. I don't like you. You know, if we were sitting on the couch, he'd be charged with SA. Because I rejected his advances more than once. Please stop. You don't want this smoke, dude. You know who I'm getting on next. You know who I'm getting at. I'm talking to him. So, I digress. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No. What were you saying? I'm sorry. I was done.
No, I thought you were saying that I know who you're going to get on next. And I'm saying I have no idea, but you said you were talking.
No. He knows exactly who's up next.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to be nice about it this time. The last time I was nice about it on the other shows. I was very nice about it. But anyway, man, because I really took that little gambling thing personal because I'm like 60% in 6 years. It's like, how can you insult me? I've been on national shows, on national podcasts. They called me, say, hey, will you come? You know what I'm saying? Like real national podcasts, not just some rinky-dink stuff that some dude, you know what I'm saying, got a podcast going. I'm talking about like real live. I was on the phone in Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? Where else was I at? A show up in Detroit. Like, dude, don't insult me. That's what I'm saying. That's that personal stuff. You can't take what I gave to you. Instead of just being a man about it and taking the directions of quit being petulant on these shows, you want to try and throw little shots. I'm not here for it. Nobody's here for it. These people like you. Go be the leader of your Kiwanis Club or something. Because when it comes to calling talk shows, you bite, son. You don't want this. All right? Now, Emmanuel.
Yes.
What do you think about the play Monday morning quarterback now? So why did Kamala lose?
Kamala lost for
your opinion,
for a few reasons. I mean, there were a few factors. Of course, one of the factors is she didn't. I always figure that the primary process is a good time to hone your message. You get to see what works, and against people going against you. It's just an opportunity to do that, and she didn't get that opportunity, so she had to try to hone it in like 107 days. Whereas, Trump had his message, he's been running since 2020. So, that's one factor. And of course, you can kind of blame Joe Biden for that because he should have not sought the Democratic nomination at all. But overall, I think the simple answer is this is a country that is rooted in hatred and violence. It was kind of founded on that, and it's rooted in that. And racism and bigotry and all of those horrible things that go along with it. And so to come against that and not be at 100% your best, and then, to have somebody kind of ginning that up which is that was Trump's entire message, is I'm filled with hate, and I want you to be filled with hate too. We got a lot to hate, so let's hate together. And there's traction for that in America, and that's the message that won. So I really think it's even more than the, not having an opportunity to run through the primary and do all of that kind of stuff. America is a very hateful country. And the message of hatred resonates with America.
I found the most poignant part of your statement there to be the part about the violence. That's why I thought she lost. America's history of violence, and having a woman as your leader, it's just not going to look good on a world stage if you're a quote unquote world power. I'm sorry to all the women in the audience, it just doesn't. You can come out here and say what you want. No disrespect. I have daughters too. Okay, but it's just not gonna. It's not gonna make you feel. It's not gonna project power and dominance from this. This 5'4" woman. It just won't project that. I'm sorry, and I think that was a big part of it because you got your you've got your Detroit, you got your LA's, your New York, but most of America is Sheboygan, Wisconsin, Hamilton, Ohio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And those are the people that is most of the voters, and that's what they're probably thinking. Like, I ain't no woman, because I don't want my old lady thinking she could come in here and run something. Only black people think it's okay for women to run stuff.
I don't necessarily.
Black women and lesbians.
Well, I don't
black
necessarily.
women or black folks and lesbians. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Go ahead.
I don't necessarily agree with that because we've seen other leaders on the world stage that are female. But I do think that that was one of the things that did play a factor. Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, like, okay, you see, like some smaller countries and nations that ain't really about much. I know England is England. Margaret Thatcher and whatnot. But at the same time, England had been not been a world power, for centuries. By the time she became the thing, and then the woman looked like Colin O'Brien. I guess it was in Ireland. They had a woman too. Again, that's a part of England. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, some of these places is, because when Kim Jong Il's daughter was assumed the leader of that nation, they changed that real quick. They flipped it and put a man in charge real quick, I thought. Yeah. So, unless I'm misremembering the saga.
No, you're not misremembering, or at least to my knowledge, you're not misremembering. And I do think that it is a factor. It is a factor, but I don't think that it was the main factor. But I put that along with the bigotry and all that kind of stuff. There's some anti-female bigotry that goes right along with everything else that I was saying in there. So I put that in that same pot.
Gotcha. Okay, well, it's always a pleasure, Emanuel. Like I said, I don't call this show as much as I should, but because we think so much alike, and it's just like I don't want to be redundant. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, so, I get that 100%.
There you go. See? So it's been real. I had fun, and I'll chat with you sometime next week when you do your show. But until then, just remember, don't turn a podcast into Old Spice and have a wolf on your ass.
Nobody wants a wolf on their ass. Nate, and I saw somebody else had put up Angela Merkel, whatever. But I think probably the argument that would have been made there is they're not a world power. I mean, they exist. They're not United States level. You know what I'm saying? People say it's levels to this. You got, U.S., you got China, you got a few of them. This is a world power. And you got, that kind of second tier. So I think that would have been the argument, or that was the argument kind of that he was making, even with regard to the UK. Oh, okay. What else do we have going on? What else do we have going on? I was saying something when Brent called, but I don't remember what it was. I don't remember where I was going. I do have an update on a story, but I don't want to get into the update right now. I know Nate said he was going to call in. He had something he wanted to get off his chest. And I missed a call from Twin. So Twin, you can call back now. Issue 1. Issue 1 went down. Issue 1 went down. I think there was marketing on the other side. And I think people do get a little confused. Caller.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
On
Trump being president.
Don't congratulate me for that. I didn't do it.
Good afternoon, King of Talk.
Good afternoon, Ron. First, hold on. Are you willing now to admit that you were horribly wrong?
Oh, no, yeah. I admit I was wrong.
No, not
I
just
wasn't horribly wrong, but
horribly
I
wrong.
wasn't horribly wrong.
Huh?
No, I wasn't horribly wrong.
You were horribly
But I would admit I was wrong.
You were horribly wrong.
No, I wasn't horribly wrong.
Terrorist
That's your
attacks,
perspective.
2 terrorist
But
attacks
I
and
will-
no election.
I will admit that I was wrong. But what you want me to be? Disappointed that I was wrong?
I mean, you chalked it up. What did you say when you guaranteed it, and then you backed off the guarantee?
Yeah.
Then you backed off the guarantee, but then you start talking about the spiritual eyes of a man
hear you.
can see stuff.
Wait. You
can't
I don't know.
walk into tomorrow or
Wait a
something.
minute. Okay. Now I didn't hear what you said.
No,
I just kept saying,
not
wait.
important. You admitted that you were wrong. You were wrong, and we can move on. We can move on. But yes,
would you admit? Wait. Would you admit that you were horribly wrong about Trump Trump saying that he was announcing his what am I trying to say?
I don't know.
Saying that he won before he did?
No,
because he didn't.
No.
He didn't come out. He didn't come out to 266 votes, and she didn't have a pass.
Hold on. Here,
okay.
Let me answer because
All right, Emanuel. Okay. You know.
Hold on. Are you saying all right? Go ahead and answer.
Yeah. Okay. See, I'm saying okay that you wasn't wrong. Okay.
I never said that. You won't let me answer.
Okay. What did you say?
I'm saying, what I said was that I believe that he would. Well, I guarantee that he would give an acceptance speech, whether he won or lost.
Before.
Hold on.
Before.
Ron, if you let me, you let me get it out. I'm an honorable guy, Ron. I don't change stuff. Okay. I said I guarantee that he would give an acceptance speech whether he won or lost. I was right about that. It just so happens that he won and he gave that acceptance speech.
Yeah.
I did think that he would give. I thought that as soon as the polls closed in California, out there on the West Coast, I thought that that's when he would declare victory. And I said this. I'm not sure if you were watching on election night, but I said this on.
Oh no! I watched it. I watched it all. It was so hilarious to see y'all comments and see y'all emotions.
You don't want me to answer.
So you don't want me to answer.
I said on election night I was wrong. I was convinced that he would take Steve Bannon's advice and jump the gun and say that he
Wow.
won before everything came down, but I was wrong about that. So, yeah,
All right.
I was wrong about what I was wrong about. No doubt about it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it wasn't no thing, man. I was just clowning you just because you was clowning me. But man, why would you try to bait me the other day?
What?
You now.
Wait.
You
Hold on. Just so we clear. Wait
a minute.
No.
Okay.
Just so we clear, I have never tried to date you ever.
I said bait me. Now you know I ain't say no damn date.
I thought you said date. I'm like, what? Okay. What do you mean? What did I try to bait you on?
You was talking all that bull crap, talking about, oh, I know some people would do it, some stupid people would do it, like people that'll say you full of shit and all that other stuff, and then you said that about Twin, you know.
What?
You use words that Twin to say and all that stuff.
I'll
and
be honest.
You said
Hold on,
that
refresh.
I can see. You said
Ron.
I can see them doing stupid stuff like stupid people like this do stuff
Ron.
that'll say you full of shit.
Ron.
Wait. Okay.
Ron.
Yes. Okay.
I don't know
What, nigga?
Please refresh my memory what it is that you're talking about.
Okay, you said the other day that, you know, now I can't remember exactly what you were saying, but you were talking about Trump, and you were saying I can see stupid people like Ron or Twin doing stuff like that, and you didn't use our names, but you used things that we say for an example. So, I mean, I'm asking you, why would you try to bait me? Because that's what you were doing, trying to bait me into calling in.
I'm not
sure.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. What you're saying, it may be something that's happening in your head. Maybe you thought that I was talking about you, but
no, it happened the other day, and then everybody know what I'm talking about. So I mean, it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing.
Okay.
It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. But you know, you were saying that, you know, basically the world is over because Trump won. But I believe that, you know, Trump winning is going to give us another opportunity to get some stuff right.
Well, first, I don't think the world is over because Trump won. I think that there's a possibility, and I hope I'm wrong, that Trump and the people who are attached to Trump, and I think people who are using this movement of Trump, will do things to attempt to undo or cause terrible damage to our democracy.
What exactly do you think that they'll try to do? I mean, I always hear they're going to overturn democracy, and then democracy is at stake and all that. But what exactly do you think he can do? What exactly do you think he'll do?
Okay, one of the things that I'm 100% convinced, well, probably 80% convinced that they will do is they will try to get more terms for Donald Trump. They'll try to figure out a way for him to not leave office if he's still alive. So I believe that's one thing that they'll do.
So Trump going to take the next 4 years, and I think he'll be 84?
83, somewhere, because he's 79 now, right? So about 83 in 4 years.
Okay. All right. So everybody gonna circumvent the Constitution and
no, I think I think having the Supreme Court, they will try to reinterpret the Constitution to create a situation where he can have more. And then if they can't get a reinterpretation of the Constitution, then they will try to change the Constitution.
Like they did when they were trying to keep Trump off the ballot. And
no one changed the Constitution.
I didn't say change. I didn't say change. I didn't say change. You said change or change or
constitutional amendments.
Man, ain't nobody gonna do all that stuff.
How do you figure?
And what's the trip is?
Hold on, Ron. I have a question about information. Where do they stand? Because I haven't looked today. In terms of the control of the House, does it look like Republicans will take control of the House, or will remain in control of the House?
Well, no, they got control of the Senate, and they picked up seats in the Senate. They blocked that, so it may look like they're gonna pick up some seats in the House. I know they're gonna pick up some seats in the House. I don't know if they're gonna. So then
that would mean they would have the presidency, the House, the Senate, and the court.
Yeah. Yes.
They can make big changes.
They don't have the court. They don't have the court.
They do. They have the court.
No, they don't.
The same court that just said that as president he can do damn near anything he wants to do. They have the court.
But you know what? And see, that's a lie. I mean, that's the thing. They didn't say he can do anything he want to do. They didn't say that.
They gave him immunity for anything that he does. Okay. Under the what's the exact phrase? Any official acts or something like that. They gave him immunity, and of course we know that they could spin any act that he takes into an official act. They gave him immunity for anything that he does.
Why are you all talking all harsh to me and shit? I mean,
that's because you didn't seem like you understood.
What you all uptight about?
He didn't seem like you didn't seem like you understood.
Oh shoot, man! I said they ain't gonna do all of that stuff. The court it leans towards conservative. They not gonna do all of that stuff, man. And that's the reason why Kamala lost. And
that's what happens. That's how things happen. People put things in place to make these drastic changes, and the way that they get horrible changes through is people look at it and say, I know way that could happen. Thus, they're not vigilant. So then when it happens, people are saying, how did that happen? Because y'all didn't think that.
Okay, just like the transgender situation and all that stuff. Oh no, they ain't gonna take it further. Oh no, they ain't gonna take it further until they do take it further. So I understand. So I understand what you're saying.
Talking about?
I do understand. I do understand. See, with the abortion and transgender situation, they like I said, that they would be doing something to y'all kids a little bit ago. And I said that because they want to take...
Your kids are going to school a boy, and then they are coming home a girl. Basically, they're getting an outpatient procedure.
No, that ain't what I said. That ain't what I said. But then you didn't... That ain't what I said. That's a lie, and that's a lie again. That's why Kamala lost. That ain't what I said, and that ain't what I was gonna say.
What did you say?
So I mean, what?
Hold on, didn't Trump say that?
So, you know what? I'm not dealing with that. I'm dealing with what I'm saying.
But didn't Trump say that?
What I was saying. I'm dealing with what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm dealing with
What
what
are
I'm
you
saying
saying?
and what you said. You said that that's when that's when people would get lax and they would be able to do the things that you were referring to them to do. And what I was saying, that when y'all get lax about abortion and about that transgenderism stuff, when I said that they would be doing something to y'all kids, when y'all educate them, when you allow people to educate your kids on sex, and you know, the teachers are educating them, and they're allowed to talk to them about sex and about how they feel in their bodies about sex and all that stuff. See, if they can talk about that with them right now, who's to say that they won't go further with that and you know, say that they can date whoever they want to date because they can make a decision on whether they want to be a boy or a girl. You know, because they can go further with that and then say, oh, they can go ahead and date who they want to date. And that's what child pedophilia is. And it's already a thing about them trying to do that. So, like I said, I can get with what you're saying about basically giving a ninja a rope and they want to be a cowboy and taking it further. So I understand that.
Okay.
I definitely understand that. So it can happen. It really can.
Yes.
It really can. So all of that other stuff.
So you say
can
all
happen.
of that to say you agree with
All
me.
of that. All of that. No. I did all that. I did all that to show how people can take that agenda and move it further. And the fact that agenda has been moving further. And oh, look, you a trip. Yeah. I mean, you got your grandbaby standing behind you. They got potential to teach your kids, your grandbabies, about who they are and what they feel about who they are. You know, and it's a trip because, man, I ain't gonna even, you know, I ain't gonna even go there. But like I said, you know, it can go there. But the reason Kamala lost the election is that gaslighting that you and everybody else was doing, and people ain't falling for it no more. And it's a trip. You know, y'all the ones on the short end of the stick because, you know, that was 75 or 75% of the people who voted for Trump. You know, I remember how you reacted to the election last time, and you said half of America is racist. So we all racist now,
huh? Either racist, hateful, or ignorant. I would put it. Yeah. Y'all the ones that y'all the ones ignorant. Y'all the ones ignorant, trying to push all of that lack of policy and everything, you know. But okay.
Again, we'll see. We'll see what it is.
Look,
during
Ron,
the coming years.
I say this.
We'll see what it is.
Ron, I say this.
We'll see what it is.
Ron, good or bad. Those of you who supported him and voted for him, even though you say you didn't vote for him, those of you who supported him and voted for him, good or bad, y'all gonna be the ones who are responsible for whatever happens. Okay.
Yeah. But again, you know, don't forget the first 2 years. The first 2 years are the responsibility of Joe Biden
No.
It ain't the responsibility of Donald Trump.
No. It all depends. Look, you can give that. Hold on, Ron. You can give
glass
that
houses.
to some degree, sure, because some of those policies will carry over.
Glass,
But if,
I
if
already
Donald
know.
Trump and his people decide to get rid of the Department of Education and outlaw teaching things, if it has
Please
any
get rid
sort
of the Department of
anything-
Education.
What?
Please.
Okay, what I'm saying, Ron, hold on. Ron, what I'm saying is, if Donald Trump decides to get rid of the Department of Education and make it illegal to teach about let's say slavery in schools, that won't be Joe Biden's fault. That'll be your fault.
Yeah. No.
Yes.
No, it won't.
Yes,
it won't
that'll
be my
be your fault.
It'll be Trump.
No,
it'll be the
your
administration,
fault
and it won't be
because
it,
you
it won't
supported
be,
and put
it
that
won't
guy
be,
in office. So that'll be your fault. Just know, good or bad.
Oh man.
Good or bad.
God.
It'll be your fault.
They ain't teaching about slavery. They ain't gonna teach nothing but ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. Man,
Right.
you know that like I said, y'all the reason that Kamala lost the election because y'all wouldn't make her get on point. For the American people. Y'all thought y'all would gaslight us all the way through
I'm
the
not sure
election.
if that's true.
Y'all thought y'all would gaslight
But
us
just know,
all through the election.
y'all won, and so y'all are responsible for whatever Trump and Project 2025 and all of those people, for whatever they do, y'all are responsible for it.
Yeah. Well, okay.
All right.
Hey. So if it's good,
then y'all get credit.
Hey, your mama LD Ronald Dixon. Okay, your mama LD.
Can't
and
we
your
all
grandmama,
just get
nigga.
along? Can't we all just get along?
No, okay. No, I mean I could, but if somebody talking all out their ass like that, I was gonna say something, but whatever. Like I said, your mama LD.
Ron,
learn to say.
Hey, Ron,
now.
Ron, I appreciate your call.
Anyway, bye.
All right, take it easy. All right. Yes, they won, and they're responsible. Good or bad. Good or bad. They won. They're responsible for whatever happens. It is what it is. Nate.
I'm gonna start going with my instincts, because that joker hogged up the line and ain't saying nothing. Basically, he want to call and glow. That's okay. Y'all won, and like you said, y'all need to be responsible. It's a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm gonna come back to Ron and to these Republicans. But I want to start by saying something that basically a shorter version of what I said on Lincoln Ware. I think if you look at some of the people who jumped from the Democratic team over to the Republican team, and if you really listen to what they're saying, you got people like Dr. Phil saying, because people own him now. They're like, Dr. Phil, wait a minute, you're talking all that DEI stuff, Oprah, put you on. Dr. Phil finally broke out. Oh, no, the reason I did it was because my feelings was hurt. I reached out to both teams and I asked to have a speaking slot at both conventions, and I never heard back from the Democrats, and so I just went to Donald Trump's team. Now, most of us say that's silly, that's petty, you a grown man, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's something to be said about these people. I want to say they like us, but most of us ain't that petty. But many of us know some petty people in our lives. And so Tavis Smiley, remember they got mad at Obama, him and Cornel West, and next thing you know, Cornel West, I can't be with the Democrats. I'm running for president. So, and you still got Tavis Smiley out there. He do a little show now. I saw it the other day, Apparently, don't nobody watch it. He ain't got no sponsors. You know, he was big on PBS and all these other major networks. He just doing the independent thing, but he's still bitter. You had Robert Kennedy. They said, well, Robert Kennedy, what happened? He said, well, I'm here because the Democrats was against free speech. And basically, somebody didn't take his call and he didn't get what he felt like was due respect. And so now he done flipped. Elon Musk did the same thing. Roseanne Barr, Tulsi Gabbard, Joe Manchin, the Senator Kirsten Gillibrand out of Arizona. So I'm saying that to say that locally in Cincinnati there, I think it's something to be said about, excuse me, about Aftab saying that he don't talk and don't have no communication. Excuse me, I don't have no water.
The man, that's the man who getting you all choked up. The man got it.
Sorry about that. Him saying he don't have no communication with Tillery or with Winburn or with Lakita Cole. And I'm just saying, I think something ought to be done about that. I was sitting here typing up a little letter to Dwight. I don't have his phone number no more. And I'm just going to suggest that they have a sit down or at least a phone conversation before you go to war with somebody. I don't know if this is the art of war or this is just the art of war according to Nate Livingston. Before you go to war with somebody, you ought to at least try to reach out, sit down, talk to them, break bread, see if y'all can get an understanding of where everybody's coming from. I do think it's still terrible that Mika gave away the black majority. And I think Aftab actually sound like he understood that. He in fact, he came right out and said, I understand where they're coming from. But then again, nobody has picked up the phone. And I'm not, because I know we got some, every time you say something about Mika that they think is critical, she getting to be almost like Alicia Reese. You have people pop up in the chat. They got a whole bunch of stuff. Well, the phone worked two ways and all that old stuff. I'm not saying that Aftab should necessarily be the one to pick up the phone and call Tillery Winburn and Lakita Cole. But I'm saying maybe either side could pick up the phone. And you know what? Mika could too. Mika could come to the community. Lincoln Ware, I know you don't hear the show, but Lincoln Ware apparently said he ain't talked to Mika. You know, she called him when she want to be on the show, but she ain't called him since she made that decision to give away the black majority. And so I just think something needs to be said about that. You know, I was watching the news, and I saw that Donald Trump, they did all this talk before the election. They came out and they said, well, Biden should have been, he shouldn't have undone Donald Trump's executive orders on the border, and he's got the power right now to completely close the border. He don't need Congress. And what I heard Biden saying, and really Kamala too, for her to be an attorney, to be a former district attorney, and for her to be an attorney general, I do think that they sort of missed the opportunity to explain why they kept saying we're not against doing something on the border, even before the bipartisan bill. What we want is the proper way to do it is to get Congress to change the law, therefore to be permanent. It can't be undone when the next president comes in with an executive order. This goes to something you've been saying for months and months and months since I started watching the show, which is we got so many people who don't know how government works. We don't know the process. We don't know whether something should be done by executive order or whether it should be done by a law passed by Congress. And so, anyway, so they spent all the months saying Congress ain't got nothing to do with this. It ought to just be executive order, which is why radicalized Ron, why people are saying that they're pushing for a more of a king. The word is slipping my mind, but authoritarian approach to governing. And so, anyway, I'm watching the news. Here goes Donald Trump and his top people, the Speaker of the House, talking about, well, he might be able to do something on day one, but really we need to rush something through Congress once we get the... And I'm saying, who's been gaslighting who? They've been lying to us this whole time, saying Congress ain't had nothing to do with it. So I just wanted to point that out. Now, part of the problem in America, and that's why I'm really glad that you stuck with this show. You come in 2 or 3 days a week when you can. But this stuff is important because they got all these little shows and all these big shows. Everything from Joe Rogan to Fox News to... They are out here every day miseducating their people. And it's sticking. So we got less and less of these type of shows. Lincoln Ware do a decent job, I think. But for every Lincoln Ware, you got 700 WOW, which is, what, 10 times, 50 times bigger, the audience? And people believe them hosts more than they believe Lincoln Ware. And so what I'm saying is we're losing the information war if it's a us versus them. And one way you know, I was watching MSNBC the other day. They had a young college student. So you would think, okay, she should at least have some basic understanding of the world and civics, history, blah, 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 blah. They said, who did you vote for? She said, I voted for Donald Trump. They said, well, can you tell us why you voted for Donald Trump? She said, because Donald Trump is the one who, he took abortion and gave it back to the states, just like everybody's been asking for 50 years. I said, you believe that? Who told you that? Donald Trump told her. She saw it on the news, or somebody told her that, so she believed it. So there's a great need for education, and people just are not getting it. Now, you started out talking about, well, I don't know if it was the first thing you talked about, but you were talking about these emails that's going around. Let me tell you something. Your niece, who's in college at an undisclosed location up in Michigan, called me the other night. She said, Dad, what do you think I should do about this? And this ain't one of my, every now and then I jokey joke and maybe elaborate on a story, add something to it. This is a real life story. And this is my child who's been with me for 20 years. So she knows what time it is. She's been well educated, she's hip, and she's street smart. She said, Dad, these white kids is tripping. They saying stuff like, we're going to own y'all. Y'all going back to slavery. So then she called me. This was the night of the election. She said, and so I said, well, I'm thinking kind of like taking it light. Like, well, y'all know they can't take y'all back to slavery. She's like, no, Dad, a lot of the students, they really scared. We don't know what to do. We don't know what to say. They talking about putting us back in slavery. So I give her the speech, look, they can't do that. Don't be worried. It's just talk, they just trying to get at y'all. She called me last night. She told me about this email, this text message and email. She said, I got the message talking about we have to report. What they talking about, we got to pick cotton. Dad, we know it's not real, but still we're concerned. So then she told me about some of her friends at Gremlin, GSV, the school she went to last year, Grand Valley State. She said they've had to call the police on campus because the white kids is up there getting rowdy. telling them all kind of stuff about slavery, about they gonna own them, about the stuff they gonna do to them. They gonna have to work for them for free. And so she's like, Dad. So I'm like, I still have a hard time believing that this is a real conversation. I'm like, y'all not really scared, are you? She's like, yeah, we really nervous. We don't know what's happening. So, again, I reassured her, you don't have nothing to be scared about. You know my number. I'll be up there, on the Jiffy, and y'all can, stick with each other. But this is real. This is really happening. And so, yeah, it might not be up to a level of crime, because I know earlier you were asking, well, what's the crime? Man, these kids, these young adults, they really are scared. And I would venture to say that it's a lot of older people who on their job or at the YMCA or what's the other big gym? They at the gym or they at the shopping center. And real quick, I ain't gonna lie. I was going into Barney Kroger's store the other day, yesterday. A white man just had it. It seemed like he wanted to fight. He had his chest all poked out. He was just walking around like, I can't explain it, like other people almost getting in their face. He wasn't saying a word, but it was just sort of like, look at me now. You know what I'm saying? Trump won. So I do think it's something going on in the atmosphere.
Look, Nate, you keep telling people not to be concerned, and people are saying this ain't going to happen and that ain't going to happen. You know they could repeal the 13th Amendment.
Well, it would take a lot of work.
What work would it take?
Well, you'd have to have a constitutional amendment,
right,
to override the constitutional amendment,
right. That given the current state of things in America, that seems difficult to you.
Well, they do have enough states,
right?
And it looks like they. You asked. I think you asked Frame about the count on the Congress. They haven't won back control of the House yet. It's still about 25 uncalled races, and I'm reading that some of the races that have been called are being people are going to ask for a recount. But so, I mean, I just
I know it sounds like I ain't no way this can happen. That's why I said we have to be vigilant. Because
hey, don't use that Lincoln Ware voice on me.
That was not no Lincoln Ware. I don't know what y'all be hearing, but the way that things could be set up right now, they got the states to do it. They got the court to do it. They got the presidency, the Senate, and maybe the House. They got everything in place to make it happen.
I don't live in fear.
I'm not saying be afraid. I'm saying be vigilant.
Be vigilant. Okay, I agree with that. And I think they would do it. They would do it slowly. They're more strategic than that. Trump might not be, but the people around him are more strategic. Like if you see when they ended Roe versus Wade, they also did a whole bunch of other stuff, and they telegraphed what they wanted to do, and it was Clarence Thomas doing most of the signaling.
But keep in mind again.
Now y'all can get rid of birth control.
But
now,
Nate,
it's okay if y'all want to.
But Nate,
yes, sir.
That's when they had to move slow. You don't have to move slow when you already got everything in place. You got to move slow to finesse something. Once you got the power, the numbers, the states, the court, once you got everything in place, you can just go if you want to.
And they people are looking at them to deliver some stuff.
Yes, quickly.
Especially if they get control of the House and the Senate, and they got the White House, and I agree with you, they do have control of that Supreme Court. Well,
so we just got to be vigilant. Just be vigilant.
We gotta be vigilant.
Don't buy into the mindset that, ain't no way that could happen. That ain't even something to be concerned about. I think your daughter is right. Be concerned. Don't be scared. but be concerned enough to pay really close attention and be ready to, mobilize to make it not happen.
What do you do about the disinformation? Not only, let me give you another story. So I told you about the girl on MSNBC, college educated, who believed that Trump actually was on her side when it came to abortion because Because he said so. The other day, on a Sirius XM station, a show that I listened to, you had a lady, and this is how. Remember how the whole "they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats" story started? It started from one lady who claimed she heard it from somebody, and then she passed it around. Somehow it made it to J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance, Senate office, took it, tried to verify it. They couldn't. They sent it to Donald Trump. Donald Trump gets on the stage in front of 60 million people and says, "They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats." Which another one of your nieces, every time she walk in the house, she say, "Hey, Dad, guess what?" I say, "What?" "They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats." We get a little laugh. Anyway, so this lady calls this show. She says, they're asking about what happened in the election. She says, "Well, my daughter is a librarian in a school librarian." She says, "And I knew Trump was going to win when my daughter told me that in the school, one of the kids said they identify as a feline, and so they had to put a litter box in the bathroom." Now, the host didn't say, "That's been debunked a long time ago." He didn't say, "That's some bull crap." He didn't say, no. He said, "Really? Does law enforcement know about this? Has the media heard about this? I'm surprised it's not getting more." He played along with it. Now, just like the average person would say, if you asked them 3 months ago, are Haitian immigrants up in Springfield, Ohio, eating dogs and eating cats? They would say nobody believes that. This lady seemed to really believe that kids are saying we identify as cats and they got litter. This has been debunked, but people believe it. If you go on Twitter, they've got the craziest stories. I saw Roseanne Barr, an intelligent, I guess you would think Roseanne's probably pretty intelligent. She's wealthy. You would think she's got access to all kind of. Roseanne Barr is a full-fledged conspiracy theorist. She believes this stuff. She promotes it. Elon Musk. So how do you combat this stuff when you got a whole disinformation network? And compared to real truths like black farmers got $2.2 billion under Biden and Kamala Harris, and I heard a top Trump surrogate saying we getting ready to claw that back. So you had black people, even though I got news for you, radicalized Ron, the vast majority of black people didn't fall for what y'all was pushing. They voted for Kamala. And so do we talk about this, how they try to have it both ways. On one hand, they got their chest all poked out. He calling, laughing, keying. He can't stop laughing because he wants to say, "We won." But for real, your black community rejected your ideas. By 92%, black female voters went with Kamala Harris. They didn't go with you, Ron. By, 76%, black men who voted said we going with Kamala. So that do give me some sense of some good feelings. But what do we do about the majority of confused Negroes who fall for the trans or coming to have sex with our kids? I saw a little baby come back in front of the screen. What do we do about these people when they link up with these not so well-meaning white people? I just don't know. I ain't never. And then let me. I know I got a bunch of questions out there on the table. Somebody told me, they said, are you familiar with the rules of debate? I said, yeah, I'm familiar with it. They said, well, have you ever seen that movie about the Great Debate? I said, yeah, I've seen it. Well, there are rules to debates. What if you took, I don't care if they came from Harvard or from Yale, the Harvard debate team, and they have rules that they got to follow in debate to win the debate. And you put them up against somebody from the hood who can just make stuff up. They can just manufacture a fact. They can just say anything, and they're counted as equal. So the person, the audience don't know the rules. The audience has to take a vote on who won the debate. Well, if I can say anything and you don't have no moderator, that's what I think the media should be, the moderator. How can you operate in this world if they don't have to follow the rules?
Well, I think that's a huge part of the problem is that you do have a lot of people out here who are spreading misinformation, disinformation, and then
It's
just
deliberate.
blatant lies. And you got people who, for whatever reason, believe I don't know what the answer is for gullible people. People who believe just somebody because, like old Dave. You know what I'm saying? Old Dave said it. It got to be true. I don't know what the answer is for that.
Can I make one last point? That I'm looking on my notes while I'm listening to you.
Yeah, quickly.
If Donald Trump gets rid of the Federal Department of Education, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the reasons that you wanted to get rid of the Department of Education is because you wanted to stop boys from going in girls' bathrooms, and you wanted to stop all this trans stuff, and you wanted to stop the sex change operations from going on in the schools. If Trump don't have no authority anymore, he gives his authority away to the states. How can Trump stop any of that stuff?
Well, he says he's going to put in federal regulations, which they say they're against. More regulations.
But wait a minute, I thought he said he was. How you gonna put in federal regulations if he ain't got no federal Department of Education?
Well, he won't. It won't be. Those regulations won't be through the Department of Education. They'll just be federal regulations. That he says they'll withhold money or take money even and fine people for basically doing things that they don't like teaching critical race theory. You won't get any federal dollars if your organization and maybe the state won't get any federal dollars, federal election money. I mean, not federal money for education if they allow critical race theory to be taught in that state. And that'll be enough to get what he wants done, because money kind of runs everything. So if Donald Trump says you can't teach about slavery because our white kids are going to hear about slavery and they might feel guilty. So if you have in your curriculum anything teaching about slavery, you're not going to get no federal dollars. You don't need the Department of Education to say that.
Right. Okay, I got you. Now, I did say the other day to you that this ain't going to, nothing Donald Trump does is going to impact me. I'm good. My house will be paid off at the end of next year. Blah, 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 blah. I got steady income that Donald Trump can't touch. And you kept saying, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Think about that. I don't know. Don't be so sure. And then I went and thought about it after I hung the phone up with this police immunity. Even though I don't have too many run-ins with the police, I guess that could impact me. And then I just told you I got a child in college and one probably on her way next year after she graduates. If they do, part of what the Department of Education do is administer federal Pell Grants, federal student loans, all kind of federal aid, coordinate with these scholarships. So I did think about what you said. I don't just be talking. I'd be listening too. I thought about it like, yeah, I guess maybe I ain't so independent and untouchable. I guess they could do some of this stuff that they're promising, and it could have a negative impact on me and my family too. So I don't know, but what I'm hearing from black people on Twitter is they saying, number one, they gonna start calling ICE on the Latinos and the Hispanics, and trying to help elevate or escalate the mass deportations. I don't know. I hope they don't do that, but that's what they saying. And they saying if people start calling for rallies like they did when Trump got in there last time, remember they had the big million woman march or whatever it was called when they started the resistance. They saying we sitting out. We ain't going to nothing with the white women because the white women let us down, and including stuff that benefited them, like that $250 per child. That was money in people's pockets. I don't understand why even the little tiny brain people like Twin can't see that took money out of you and your family's pockets. I see why his daughter. Did you hear that he said he called his daughter, and I think his daughter said she was disappointed or mad at him because he voted for Trump. I imagine if you voted to take money out of my mama's pocket that she was getting $250 a month for me, if you voted for the guy who said he wasn't going to put that money back in her pocket, I'd be mad at you too.
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, it's a sad situation.
All right, I got to run.
Do you have any questions for me?
Not at the moment. Well, not at the moment that I want to say over the air. I do have a question for you. We might have to have a summit of some sort.
I got a feeling I'm going to be down there next Friday. I've been trying to get a debate with Stefan Pryor. I know you said you got to go, and I said I got to go, but now that you know, have you heard Stefan Pryor saying he wants to get rid of redistricting?
No.
Do you have any idea? You have been as the king of talk, a great translator. You can understand what people are saying. You can make it plain. How do you get rid of redistricting when people keep moving? I'm like, do the guy not understand what redistricting means? He keeps saying, well, we need to go back to the drawing board to get some new districts. That's what issue 1 was about. Because issue 1 went down, there aren't going to be any new districts until 2031. Can you please translate? I'll hang up and listen so that I don't pick up another topic and start talking. What does he mean when he say he want to completely get rid of redistricting and he want to completely get rid of gerrymandering? How on earth would you have the districts then? Thank you.
All right. I haven't heard him say that, so I don't know. I would have to hear him talk about it to get an understanding of what he actually means. But I'm certain that he means something. I just don't know. I haven't heard him say it, so I don't know what he's talking about. Twin.
What's up, man?
How you doing, sir?
Baby girl right there.
She is.
Jesus Christ. Put some headphones on. Tell her June snacks upstairs or something.
I can't do that.
Hey, you're not a bribe a kid or nothing?
I don't bribe kids. I just tell them the truth.
Oh, I wish I could go off.
But hold on.
Hey,
You're very much intelligent, so you can say it without cussing.
You know I ain't. I respect the kids. You know I ain't go. Come on, man. I just don't want her to be around.
I'm saying, yeah, I know you are.
Yeah, I ain't go cuss or nothing. I just don't want her to, I don't, do that around kids. No way. I don't do that. Just hey, man, what's wrong with your brother, man? Why do we feel like my people get assistance and stuff? All my baby first of all, is your brother married?
Yes, as
No, he's not married, is he?
I said yes, he is, as a matter of fact.
Oh, because it don't seem like. Why you always coming for me? Some
being
things he
married
says
got to do with coming for you. I don't understand the correlation.
Some things he shouldn't say, man, be disrespectful and everything. say anything about his wife or kids or none of that. It be disrespectful sometimes, man. I don't come for nobody, kids and all that baby mama issue, wife stuff. I don't do that,
I
man.
don't know. Look, he said that.
No, twin, what is his kids and stuff, and all his 5 baby mamas? You don't see the chat in Lincoln where either.
No,
so you
I
can
don't.
respond off of it.
I know. I'm saying,
No,
hold on, just about what did you say that? Like what? Your daughter said she was disappointed.
No, when he be saying twin kids, when he cut his sisters off and stuff, and his baby mama and all that, man, I don't want to hear all that crazy stuff.
Well, twin,
and
which 5
of his baby mamas and all that. First of all, man, one of them got issues, man. That's why I say certain things you can't.
Twin.
What?
Didn't you say that at least one of the mothers of your children does get assistance?
Yeah, but still,
Okay.
I ain't say that. I said somebody else. I didn't say that.
I thought you said that like she got
No.
assistant, like health, like she was on like Medicaid or Medicare, whichever one knows, get a medical card or something.
No.
Okay.
No.
But then I
that was
misunderstood
my daughter that passed away. She
Okay.
got that stuff.
Well,
But
then
no,
I misunderstood
do,
you too. I
I
thought
gotta
that you were
pass.
saying all this time that at least one of the mothers of your
No,
children.
they get child support from
Okay.
my little 11-year-old. Well,
Okay.
certain things you just can't say, man, because one of them dealing with something, and I'll be like, man, some things you just can't say. I still respect them and all that and everything, but certain things you just can't say. Yo, wait, your baby, man, which one you want? That's why I asked him, is he married? Which one you want, man? Take him off my hands. Which one you want?
I don't think
You gotta
he's
keep
saying that
saying-
he wants
what?
one of them. I don't think he's saying that he wants one of them.
Man, every time he talk about he say twin baby mamas. He don't have nothing else to say. He just say twin. But come on, man. Sometimes you'll push the wrong button, man. Don't do that.
But I think a lot of us were under the impression that you said
I ain't no under pressure
that
or
they,
nothing.
that
If
they receive federal assistance in some way.
No, she get a child support, man.
Okay.
Yeah. Then people down and around come stupid and now come on, man, he got a problem. I'm not a problem, but health issue. And people don't understand that. It takes time when he, get his words out. And people sometimes be like disrespectful. I ain't trying to co-sign with nobody, but it take time. And then he bump it up and he gotta cuss you out because you won't give him a chance to talk.
Who, me?
No, that Al.
What?
I'm saying when he be trying to explain himself, you don't never give him a chance to explain himself.
I give him more time than I give anybody.
Sometimes it seems like you be provoking him, man.
Cause he be
he
wrong. He be terribly wrong about stuff. You gotta say something when somebody's saying something terribly wrong.
Well, you say things wrong. You don't never be right sometimes.
Like what?
Like you saying now.
No, I'm not wrong.
Didn't you say one of your baby mamas is no? No,
That's
I didn't
called
say
a
nothing. You
question.
can't assume nothing.
No, that's called a question. That's not me saying something
No.
wrong. I asked you, didn't you say that?
But Emmanuel, I'm glad this over with, man. This puppy show they put on for the last year or two. I'm glad it's over with. That I don't know what Brent did that AI and sent it to everybody text message. Hey, go report to slavery on the 13th. Who Brent got connection with somebody, man?
I don't know about that. I don't
You know,
Brent,
you talk to him.
I don't know that Brent did that.
He do that AI, ask AI for everything. So that would be like menacing or something like that, wouldn't it? Intimidation or something?
No, just to send somebody a text message that I think technically you could consider that satire, which would make it protected speech, because the argument would probably be made that, again, no serious person would take that serious, that thus it would be considered satire, and when it's considered satire, it becomes protected speech.
But that would be like a hate. That would be hate report to slavery and stuff. And the way they put it at, what was it, November 13th at 12 o'clock, 11:30 they say?
Right. No reasonable person gets that message and go home and pack their stuff up to get ready to go report to slavery. So it could easily be argued that that would be satire, thus protected speech.
It's crazy, man. I think we're gonna be okay. I mean, you gotta put our trust and faith in God, man. I don't think Emmanuel, it'll be a war, man. If anything happened like that, or anything that go against, like immunity and all that crazy stuff. Like I say, man, it would be definitely a war, man. It's not no 1958 and all that crazy stuff. We're not going back to no slavery. We in a new world, man. A new generation. Especially them kids out here today, they got their I don't care attitude today. So all that scare tactics, we go do this when they get a full immunity. No, like I said before, they go wish they ever put on that uniform, man. I mean, I'm not, promote violence, whatever, but it is what it is. You're not going to come in my face and spit on me because the old twin going to come out of retirement, man. I'll be humble. I'm cool with people. I mind my business. I pray, go home, and that's it. And other than that, I don't mess with nobody. I don't hang with no crowd no more. None of that. I'm a grown man. I don't be on that dumb stuff, man. And you talking about spitting in my face, what you doing? And no, we ain't going to do that, player. That's one thing you ain't going to do. We ain't going to do all that. You man your biz, I'm a man.
Well, that's what you say yes. They ain't gonna do, but you can't tell them what to do. And if one of them do it, then it's your fault.
Emanuel, God bless me, man. God has really gave me, since I've been here in Cincinnati, almost 15, 20 years, and my mama told me, come down here, Emanuel, real talk. I've been blessed, man. And let me tell you this, on the low. Check this out, man. You did? Hey, I was traumatized, man. I used to wake up from getting shot at or me shooting at somebody, seeing dead bodies and all that. I was traumatized for a minute, man. I couldn't sleep, man, sweating and all that. I said, Mom, pray for me. I never told her why, the real story. I said, I'm going to have to take this to the grave, but she probably knew. But I told her, pray for me, because, man, it felt like I was in the army or something, man. Waking up, even though I was doing my thing, but, I had to overcome it. I mean, I don't do it that much and stuff like a female at my crib or something laying with me, and, you was act like you was gang banging again on the what'd I do? And, I denied, which I know I did. Well, thought I was on the streets, still gang bang. But, I came a long way. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I came a long way. Because that's a hurt feeling, man. Waking up cold sweat and thinking and grabbing your phone or thinking your pistol right there. And the women be like, what's wrong with you, boy? I'm like, nothing, man, leave me alone. And, I was traumatized, but I'm cool now, man. But it just, man, I'm mellow. You just push that button, hey, you might flip out. But, I'm cool, man. I ain't on that dumb stuff because I know what the joint is like, man. I know how it is waking up 4, 5 in the morning. I ain't trying to go back like that, man. I'm a good old boy now. I'm a square. I ain't straight neutron. I ain't doing nothing, man. Calling me to go to jail and everything for something stupid. Can't get me to put a pack in my hand to my, hey, sir, this and no. Forget that money, man. I'd rather get this 9 to 5.
Again, twin, I say, if anything do go down, it's your fault.
It's not my fault. Every man held accountable for their own actions.
No,
it's not my fault.
Right,
I'm not the only one that
held accountable for your actions. You voted for it. So whether something good happens or something bad happens,
Emmanuel,
you are responsible.
We've been going through this stuff for 400, 500 years, man. Slavery been up here, God knows when.
Whether something good happened or something bad happened, you are partially responsible.
I'm not responsible for nothing.
You are.
How am I responsible because of stupid votes?
When you make the decision to vote, then that is you saying, I want you to represent me. So if your representative decides to do something,
when you voted for Kamala and stuff, ain't nothing gonna happen to you. You voted for it too.
She didn't win.
Ain't no doubt. You black.
What?
So you saying since I'm black, something gonna happen to me? Something gonna happen to you?
No. I'm saying if something happens because Donald Trump and the people, because Donald Trump do what he said he was going to do, and you chose to vote for him on the strength of what he said he was going to do,
did he say he's going to hang some black people?
What?
What did he say he going to do to blacks?
He said he was going to become a dictator, which means he going to do whatever it is that he want to do. So whatever he do, you are partially responsible for.
And you not?
No, because I didn't vote for him.
You're in the midst of it, ain't you?
I didn't vote for him.
Regardless if you voted for him or not, you're in the midst of it, right? You went to that polls and voted.
Being affected by it and being responsible for it are two different things.
You in the United States, right? What you go do? Move? Get the flight out here too.
Being affected by it and being responsible for it are two different things. You're responsible for it.
I'm not responsible for nothing.
Yes, you are.
Whatever happened, happened.
No, whatever happens, you helped make it happen.
If it rained today, I can't control the rain.
You didn't vote
if
for
it
rain.
snowed today.
You didn't vote for snow. We don't vote for the weather, but you voted for Donald Trump.
What that mean, a vote? Me putting my hand on that pencil and all that, that don't mean nothing, man.
It meant something. You went and did it.
Okay, why we in the same predicament? Y'all put y'all hand, when Obama and all them back in the day, y'all voted for them.
And whatever Obama did, we were partially responsible for.
And why we ain't never got nothing done?
What I'm telling you,
Martin Luther King.
What I'm telling you is, whether it's good
I ain't
or
thinking
bad.
about that
Look,
devil-filled junkie stuff.
I take partial responsibility for the Affordable Care Act. All right?
Who do?
Me. I'm partially responsible for that because I voted for the guy who said he was going to do it, and then he did it. I'm partially responsible for that.
I voted for that too.
All right then, so you're partially
but
responsible.
I'm voted for. I'm on with that LGBT stuff. I'm on with that gayness and all that extra stuff they was talking about. I'm on with that, man. And the only thing her main reason why she lost,
I don't know the
even though she started out the gate wrong. Only reason why she lost, she never stuck on economy, man. Talked about the economy. I don't think she was really basing her things off his abortion. And then he talking about getting rid of immigrants and all that. Man, it's about $20 million. Where you go get the funds from?
He said, "Don't worry about where he get the money from." He said it's gonna happen, and you're partially responsible for that.
It's not gonna happen. He pimped the whole studio, man. He did a big pimping to them. As long as I get them to vote for me, we gonna play this card right. We gonna say it's immigrants.
So you got
and
pimped.
Everything else.
So you got pimped.
No, I ain't got pimped.
You did. You voted for him. You just said he pimped him, and that meant he pimped you too.
He pimped the system, man.
Nah, he pimped the people that voted for him.
Well, I helped him pimp y'all or whatever.
No, he pimped you. You got pimped.
He pimped the system.
We didn't vote for him. You voted for him.
Man, he pimped y'all, man. Man, he well, I won't say you. He pimped the other Democrats that's, went against.
The Democrats didn't vote for him. He pimped you. You voted for him. He was your pimp. Say it. Donald Trump was my pimp.
I'm not gonna say that. Confess.
Go ahead. Because it's
pimped
true.
It. All right. You just don't understand what I'm saying. If you would stop playing so much, you'll understand what I'm saying.
There's nothing funny about the fact that you got pimped.
Little baby in that basement.
No, she done left. But there's nothing. You got pimped.
No, she left for real.
Yeah.
Oh.
I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. You got pimped.
No, I can't believe I can't see.
You got pimped, bro.
Man, whatever. Donald Trump wanted to know. I want to know where you go get that money from to send all them people. And then where you go put them at? What if they country, sitting on accept them?
Why didn't you think about that before you voted for him?
No, I was just thinking about it. Man, I didn't want her. Man, she wasn't ready. I was hoping when they said he's stepping away or whatever, I was hoping that Michelle opened them floodgates, came through that curtain call, like, hey, I'm running. I would have been more happy, Emanuel.
You would not have voted for Michelle, because you would have
said crazy as hell.
You would have said she ain't gonna do nothing different than Obama, and she for that LGBTQ stuff. I voted for Obama once, and then I decided I wasn't voting for him. So why would I vote for his wife?
I like Michelle, man. She gangster, man. I like Michelle.
You would not have
voted
real
for him.
You would not have voted for Michelle.
Well, that's your opinion. That's your opinion. I'll let your little ass talk it, whatever. But that's your opinion. I know how you get down, so.
I'm just
I got
saying
my
that
opinion, and
mi-
you got
but
yours.
mine makes sense. Why would you vote
Oh,
for?
why yours make sense?
Because it does logically. Why would
Cause
you vote for
logically on what?
Michelle Obama when you claim that Barack Obama was terrible for black people?
He was. What
So
did he
then
do
why
for
would
him?
you vote for his wife, who would
Man, I
align
think
with
she-
his same
Man.
policies?
No, it won't. Some people don't have the same policy. Stop it. You need to stop. Stop it, man.
You would not have voted for her. You
Yes, I
would have
would've.
still voted
Yes,
for
I
Trump
would've.
because you got pimped.
Man.
It's true. It's true. You got
you-
pimped.
No, you don't understand what I'm talking about, man.
I do.
When it manifests.
I
no,
thoroughly
we'll give it
understand.
when he get in office, and we'll see within a year. What's it? 25 next year. 20. I'll give it to 26. And then, Lord's will, we both still living, and you still got your basement podcast and Ginger Snap standing. We'll see
Okay.
what's going on.
But we know
What?
now that but we can tell you right now, based on you said that he pimped y'all.
No, he pimped the game, man. He pimped the game.
That would be you.
And
You voted
he
for
lied.
him.
He lied and said, "Hey, there's cats and dogs and all that, and everybody's going there and
You were
fooling
saying
him."
the same stuff. He had you repeating what he said. He pimped you.
I said they said it's cats and dogs, which it was cats and dogs. Now the eating part I don't know about.
Twin.
That girl posted her post
Twin.
what?
He
Police
pimped you.
posted a girl and stuff say open your mouth.
Twin.
What, man?
He pimped you.
Whatever, man. You
You
be
said
on
he
that
pimped
mess,
you.
man.
All the stuff that you saying that was pimping, it's stuff that you were repeating. He
No.
pimped you.
That's why people cuss you out, because you
'Cause I tell
just
the
want to
truth.
build my pressure up over the weekend, and I'm not
No,
gonna fall for
twin.
that dumb stuff.
I'm not the one who said he was pimping. You the one said
Man,
he was
he-
pimping. So
He
based
did
on
a pimp move. That's what he did, man.
Right.
He was on some player stuff.
so he had you saying the
No.
stuff that he was saying.
I never said that.
You did.
I said they say, not
No,
Twin.
you said it. And you were even getting on me. You telling me there ain't no cats and dogs in Springfield. See, he told y'all. You were repeating the same stuff that he was saying.
But if you go to Springfield, it is cats and dogs, right?
He
Now the
pimped
eating
you.
part, I don't know.
He pimped you, bro. He
If
pimped
you go to Springfield, it is cats and dogs, right?
Yes, they're cats and dogs in Springfield.
Okay, that's what I said. I ain't
pimped
say
you.
nothing about they eating cats and dogs.
He pimped you. He pimped you.
I said it's
There's cats and dogs everywhere, bro. It don't even make sense to just bring up the fact
No,
that cats
you-
and dogs
no.
exist in Springfield. We know that when you say cats and dogs in Springfield, that the point that you're making is not that cats and dogs
don't
exist
go right
in
there.
the city of Springfield.
you make sure you take it back
The
too.
point that you're making
Yeah.
is that you agree with Trump and J.D. Vance that the Haitians are eating cats and dogs in Springfield.
I didn't agree with that. I said they say it's cats and dogs. I didn't agree with that because I'm not there.
But it's the
Now, did
simple,
I see when they
it's
said
a-
it's immigrants
it's a
crossing and all
simple
that?
matter of
Yeah, I
logic.
believe that because I was right there in Chicago
It's a simple
when I seen
matter
it.
of logic. When you say that, that's the point
Hey,
that you're
why-
making.
Hey, why don't I hear myself twice?
I don't know. Maybe
Man,
you
what's
need
wrong
to.
with you?
Maybe you need to hear it double that you was pimped.
I'm just hearing myself twice. Is your thing tapped or something, man?
No, it might be getting ready to mess up again. You know when you call
Yeah,
me,
I know
mess
you
up my
played me
system.
yesterday. You talking about some. I heard you talking about Twin sabotaged my computer, whatever you said, laptop, whatever
Yeah.
you said. I'm like, what? You need a new chip or MP3 or something you carrying over there.
All I know for sure is you was pimped.
If you say so, though, guess we all gonna be prostitutes out here and stuff, like they said.
He had you out here hoeing for him. That's for sure.
Then your brother said, well, I'm not gonna be a part of it and all that. Don't you stay in America? I don't understand that.
Yeah.
So we feel a draft, you go feel it too. So I really don't understand that.
So yeah, you're right. I mean, he'll be affected by it, but you'll be affected by it and responsible for it.
You need to stop, man.
It's.
You need to stop.
I'm just
My
telling you
thing
the
is
truth.
this. Not real talk on this one though. Before I let you go, my thing is this, man. I think they should have brought, even though it was too late, but still they should have brought the same strategy that Obama had. And then and they should have educated or pumped the crowd up more like they did for Obama. See, man, they want to come around every 4 years and holler that crazy stuff, man, and really don't even educate nobody. They should be just like the Jehovah's Witness, just go all the way around. You just can't holler at somebody just one day, come vote and stuff. It's your best interest and stuff. It's very important. You said that about the last one. Which one important? I just don't understand, man. And we ain't got nobody strong, Emanuel, that can stand up for the black people. Like, this wrong. You know damn well this man got 34 convictions. He grabbing people by the month and extra stuff.
You was down with that the whole time.
But I'm saying, if they were so concerned about that, why they ain't push the Congress, whoever, representative didn't push the issue about it? Since this man's so-called bad or whatever, why they ain't push the issue? And you know what, Emanuel? What? I hope he do this. I hope he do convicting felons a favor. Take that. You been convicted of a felon before? Take that off the application.
He not taking that off the application because he don't care about y'all felonious asses. He only care about him.
Well, ain't nothing wrong. He'll probably take it off.
No, he won't.
If somebody bring it up.
Well, first, as president, he doesn't have the authority to make companies take that off of their application. That's number one. But number two, he don't care about y'all. He cares about him. You knew he had 34 felonies, and you said that was a part of why you were going to vote for him because that made him gangster.
I believe in second chance.
Right. So now, how you gonna now be like,
Don't you believe in
he
second
had the
chance?
felonies?
Don't you believe in second chance?
Yes, I believe in second chances.
Oh, okay then.
But he's got 34 felonies.
And I got a couple.
This
and
would be
what?
a 35th chance.
Okay, and
I don't know that I believe in 35 chances.
well, he went there and got all the convictions. Hey, it is what it is. I believe in second chance.
Then why are you talking? You brought up his convictions as if it were a bad thing.
I'm just saying. I think I was saying when they should take it off the application.
He's not going to, but I'm saying it's not coming off no application because Donald Trump is the president. If that was what y'all thought when y'all were voting for him, y'all were sadly mistaken.
No, I wasn't thinking that, man.
Okay.
What's new? What else new? Cut you out before you leave this weekend.
I got this update that I need to give.
You got a what?
I got an update.
What, you got a new computer system or something?
No, same computer system. I did a story.
You said what?
I did a story a few years ago, and I got to give an update on the story.
That you back with the bank?
No, this is an update from a story a few years ago. Thanks for your call. Just listen, and you'll hear the update.
Hey, you be safe, Emmanuel, man. You and the family and people in the chat, man.
Thank you,
I'll
sir.
keep so-called listening. I think.
Hey, I appreciate your call, sir. You be safe, too.
All
right. All right, that was Twin. He was pimped. And I think he's starting to realize that he was pimped. I think he's starting to realize it. He's realizing now that all the stuff that he was saying during the election, caught up in the energy of it, it's like, wait a minute. That didn't make sense. But that's that. I got to give y'all this update. Hold on, let me. I'm trying to get this update. Blade.
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
Blade is going all right. How's everything going with you, sir?
Pretty good. I'm not going to be long. Just about 10 or 20, 30 seconds. Hey, I'm listening. Everything is getting very informational. That's what we need now. But I'm kind of concerned about your brother that he said he listened to the Lincoln Ware show for information. Lincoln Ware show. I mean, ain't trying to be funny or nothing, but I think your brother needed to get checked out because Lincoln Ware show is nothing for entertainment. I thought he knew that.
No, Lincoln gives out information.
For who?
Just period. He gives out information. He does.
Does it really help or harm?
Well, I mean, information is just information. Like, if I give you information, you can't, oh, did that information help me? Did it hurt me? No, it was just information. You take the information and do whatever you want to do with the information. But if I give you information, and that's my, part of my job, then I've done my job. So, yeah, Lincoln does that. He does give information.
Once again, does it help or harm?
I don't think it's either. It's just information.
Okay, if you say so. Hey, another thing. I think, man, we need to get off our script and really kind of come together, man. Some of us need to kind of listen and watch what we're saying because it's 2025 is going to be dangerous. And I know you said it's satire. They talking about the slavery thing, but I really think we need to re-educate our children that these people, they're not playing. They do want to put black people back in slavery. Didn't Joe say that?
Joe said something very similar to that. Yes, he did.
And also, you said something at the beginning of the show that I think they did sabotage her. Because white people down here, they said they don't get mad. They get even. And I think that's exactly what white people been doing. They are using law. They, like twins keep saying, this is not the 1950s, this and that, whatever. But they doing it another way. They're using the pencils to put people back in slavery. And they're using law. No, they're not going to ride up on you in white sheets. But I think we got our young people kind of docile that they will put them in slavery. And we need to be careful and watch out, man, because we don't think these people are really serious. And I'm not trying to be funny or nothing, but I think we're a little bit too old to be debating in serious times like this. Either you know or you don't know, or what? Or we just how old we gonna keep on being debating stuff when these people are ready to draw blood?
Well, I think debate is good.
Well, I'm just saying. I think
because
we need to lead the debate.
Here's what I would say, Blake. I think debate is good because there are a lot. Like, you can't just. Well, you can, but I don't think that you should just be like, either you know or you don't know, because then what do you do with the vast number of people who don't know? You just let them walk around ignorant?
I'm just trying to figure out when did it come to our culture to start debating truth when our parents knew right from wrong?
Well, I think it came to our culture to start debating truth when a lot of us ceased to know and or understand what truth is.
When did we lose that? Didn't your parents knew right from wrong?
I
Your
think
parents,
they did.
When they was raising you, they didn't debate with you. They either told you right or wrong.
No, they did, but no, I have my own thoughts and my own ideas.
Because I'm pretty sure if this was going down in our parents' culture, they would know that white people are not playing. We don't know that white people are not playing. We're trying to debate and see is white people playing by putting us back in slavery.
But Blade, we have a whole, that what do they call them? The post-racial generation. You have all of these young black people who, because they never had to deal with a certain amount of struggle, don't believe in the struggle. So they don't believe that racism is real or that it can affect them. And I think kind of to what Nate was saying, say with his daughter and the young black people at the colleges, they didn't have to experience a lot of the blatant racism that a lot of us experienced. So for them, they've just been walking around privileged. I call it privileged to not have to have gone through the struggle. So then to see it put in their face, they don't, it's hard for them to comprehend because they were of the mind that this stuff didn't exist anyway. So it's kind of
So when you
sad
say
that we allowed our young people, we allowed them to believe, and some of us did it, we did it intentionally. We said, I don't want my kids to have to go through the same struggles that I went through. So we insulated and isolated them from the struggle. Like in the 60s and, you know, early 70s and whatnot, how a lot of the people who went to jail, young people left high school and they participated in protests and marches and went to jail and all that kind of stuff. But then when they got older, they said, I don't want my kids to end up going to jail like I had to go to jail to fight for this stuff. So they isolated them from that. So they never had to go through that struggle. They never really got an opportunity to see it. And now that they see it, they really don't seem to know how to handle it.
so when you say that's their fault because white people told their kids about slavery and told them that they superior over black people, so wouldn't that black thought you talking about was like brainwashing? Because them are prime suspects to go back in slavery. It's the ones that's naive and been brainwashed.
I would agree with you. They're naive, and I do believe that. I believe it was well meant, but sometimes when you mean well, I always talk about unintended consequences. And I think that that's what's happening with some of these young people is they're seeing and about to see some things that they're not ready for. And yes, that is the unintended consequences of their parents and grandparents protecting them so that they don't have to experience the same struggles that they went through. And we all know sometimes it's the struggle that builds character. And then we wonder what's going on with these young people out in these streets. They didn't develop the same character that you developed because you protected them from the struggle. So it ties into a lot, I believe.
Hey, one more thing.
Yes, sir.
Wouldn't you say the elites in the Democratic Party set Ms. Harris up to fail?
I don't know about that. No, I wouldn't say that.
Why
I
not?
can understand, though, how somebody could believe that.
Why not?
Well, I wouldn't
Because
say...
Joe knew he wasn't up to par, but he kept on dragging it along, and then they had to force him out, and then she only had, 100 days to campaign? Wouldn't you say that's set up to fail? When old boy been doing his thing for years?
Well, here's why I wouldn't say they set her up to fail in that way. This is why I wouldn't say that. Because I think a setup is intentional, okay?
Yeah, it was.
And so I don't know. It's as they say, it's a bridge too far for me to say that Joe Biden, he sat back and he thought, you know what? I'm going to say that I'm going to run, and then I'm not going to look good. And then 107 days out, I'm going to tell Kamala to run just so that she'll lose. Like, to me, that doesn't sound like a well thought out plan of anyone. So did situations happen that ended up putting her in a situation that wasn't advantageous? Sure. Do I think it was a thought out plan to set her up so that she would fail and never become president? No, I don't think so.
Well, I guess we got to agree to disagree because, all of a sudden, black people love Biden when he's a cold, hard racist. I'm pretty sure back in his mind what he had left that he said, I don't want this end to take my spot and be president. And I do believe he did sabotage her.
Okay.
That's just my thought.
And you got a right to that.
You know, because we know Biden is a stone racist, just like Trump. Hey, have a good one.
You do the same. All right, that was Blade. I see Brian. Brian says he disagrees with me, and that's fine. It's something that maybe we can get into next week. But I got this update that I want to give y'all on this story that I did, a few years ago. Do y'all remember the story that I did? This was back in 2020. And it was a story about a man who was dead because apparently he and his wife were like playing hide and seek or whatever, and he hid and zipped himself up in a suitcase and ended up. It is not funny. It's not funny. And my mind just keep try to not picture it. He zipped himself up in a suitcase and he ended up dying in the suitcase. And I guess in my mind, theoretically, he won the game of hide and seek, but he lost in the game of life. Well, that was an actual story. A man, I guess, played hide and seek, zipped himself up in the suitcase, and he ended up dying in the suitcase. Well, the update, his wife, was she his wife? I think it was his wife or his girlfriend. Either way, she was found guilty of second-degree murder. Guilty of second-degree murder. This is out of CNN. A Florida woman was found guilty of second-degree murder Friday after authorities said she zipped her boyfriend up in a suitcase and left him for dead back in 2020. Sarah Boone, now 47, told authorities her boyfriend got trapped in a suitcase and died during a game of hide and seek. I just still don't understand why. That's not a great hiding place. The couple had been drinking Chardonnay and doing puzzles in their Winter Park apartment. They thought it would be funny. They were. It is kind of funny. They thought it would be, it's not funny. They thought it would be funny to hop in a suitcase as part of the game, according to an arrest affidavit. When Boone zipped up Jorge Torres Jr. in a blue suitcase, two of his fingers stuck out, so she assumed he could open it up. It's not funny. I'm telling y'all, it's not funny. I have a condition, okay? It still exists, and I know it's not funny, okay? So I don't want nobody like, oh, he laughing at that. I'm not. It's not funny. So because two of his fingers were sticking out, she thought he'd be able to, unzip the suitcase. She went upstairs to bed and thought he would get himself out of the suitcase and join her, only to wake up and find him still in it, not breathing. Now, evidence in the trial included videos found on Boone's phone where Torres could be heard frantically pleading to be released, while Boone laughed and rebuffed him several times. In the video she recorded, the victim could be heard telling the defendant he couldn't breathe and he was asking to be let out of the suitcase. And Boone responded with, "That's what you get." Who says that to somebody all bound up in a suitcase saying, "I can't breathe"? Who says that's what you get? And then she also said, "That's what I feel like when you cheat on me." What? Oh my goodness. And she took video of him. She recorded him in the suitcase saying, "I can't breathe." And her saying, "That's what you get. That's what I feel like when you cheat on me." Look, if you cheat on your woman, don't let her zip you up in no suitcase. She is not going to let you out. Don't cheat. Like, not that I would ever do it. You know what I'm saying? I would never do it. I would never cheat, number one. And I would definitely never let Mrs. Livingston zip me up in a suitcase, number two. But if I was doing number one, I definitely wouldn't do number two. Definitely. Like, I'm a cheater and I'm gonna let you zip me up? No. Come on, man. We gotta think this stuff through. And then he would tell her, "I can't effing breathe." Seriously. This is all recorded on her phone. The video shows Torres pushing on the suitcase to try to get out. This is not funny. Look, I'm not saying that this is funny. It is not funny. It is 100% not funny. But the video showed Torres, the man, pushing on the suitcase trying to get out. During the 10-day trial, Boone's defense said she was suffering from battered spouse syndrome and was in fear for her life. She also testified that she thought that Torres could get out. She thought he could get out. She testified in her own defense for almost 5 hours. Boone's attorney said they were very disappointed following the verdict, while the family of Torres was emotional and declined to speak with the media. James Owens said shock, just shock, you know. She felt like, you know, she had a defense, as you know. She is scheduled to be sentenced on December 2nd at 1:30 p.m. So that is the update to the story. I remember doing the story back in 2020. And I couldn't, in 2020, which is 2024, I still can't understand what would make any person think, well, they was drinking. They was drinking. It was the Chardonnay did it. Blame it on the alcohol, okay? But you fold yourself up to get in a suitcase and let somebody zip you up. And you've been cheating on her? And you like, I can't breathe. Let me out. And she like, that's what you get. Now you see how I feel when you cheat on me. You do not feel like this when I cheat on you. Even if I cheat, this is not how you feel when I cheat on you. What you feel is emotional. What I'm feeling is trapped in a suitcase. I can't breathe. Oh, boy. And he had 2 fingers out. It is not funny. He had 2 fingers out of the suitcase. A part of me, I think if I got 2 fingers out the suitcase, I might be able to, you know, eventually get that zipper to move just a little bit. What kind of suitcase was it? What kind of suitcase was it? Because I've taken suitcases through the airport and they come back and the zipper is mangled. And I'm like, what in the world? What is happening? He said, let me out. I can't breathe. And she said, that's what you get. That's how I feel when you cheat on me. This is not how you feel. I can't breathe. I effing can't breathe. Seriously. And she went to sleep. How you just leave a nigga in a suitcase all night? Zipped up. It is not funny. It's not funny. It is horrible. It is tragic. And she is guilty. Adjudicated guilty of 2nd-degree murder. I think I agree with them. Even though apparently he voluntarily got in the suitcase. Zip me up. What? Do they not understand how hide and seek is played? If you gotta zip me into my hiding spot, this is not a good hiding spot. You know exactly where I am. It was a blue suitcase, by the way. I don't know why they chose to point that out in the story. It was a blue suitcase. Oh, boy. That's the way it is. So that's the update. I just wanted to let y'all know. Y'all, I got to get ready to get out of here. I appreciate y'all hanging with me. Fellas, women don't like all that cheating stuff, right? So while I know typically men don't cheat, I know men don't cheat. But if you are one of the very few, why the color of the suitcase matter? I don't know. They put that in the story. In its own little thing. Hold on, where does it say? when Boone zipped up Jorge Torres 42, comma, in a blue suitcase, comma, two of his fingers stuck out. I don't know why they chose to add that little detail. Somebody thought it was important to the story. But if you are one of the very few who cheat, don't put your life in her hands. Look, people can feel sometimes when you cheating on them. They can feel it. Don't put your life in their hand. Oh, she don't know nothing about what I'm doing. Oh, he don't know nothing about what I'm doing. Don't trust it. Don't trust it. Do not volunteer to get zipped up in no suitcase. Just as a life lesson. Don't do it. Don't do it. Jericho said, you're going to make me call in. Yeah, no. You got a very, very, very few men that cheat. Now, look, it just goes back to another conversation. It's not our fault that y'all keep choosing the cheating dudes. But very few men cheat. Janice says that was part of her defense. He had two fingers out. Yes. And in her mind, if you got two fingers sticking out, because in my mind it had to be here. The two fingers sticking out had to be, because, you know what I'm saying, you balled up in the suitcase. So you got two fingers sticking out like this, right? So she had to think, he got two fingers sticking out. He can wiggle those two fingers and get the zipper to move. So yes, that was a part of her defense. Number one, I was a battered woman. And number two, I thought he could get out. He had two fingers sticking out. Oh. I'd like to think. I don't ever want to try it. But I'd like to think that, Brent, however it looked, you imagine balling up, you got to be in the fetal position. Balling up in the fetal position with two fingers, because you got to zip the whole thing up, unless, the zipper was here, and that don't even work. It had to be here. It had to be here. And then he thought maybe he just didn't have enough room to move. It was so tight in there, all he could do, was kind of wiggle them, and that don't necessarily get you loose. Shit said they played that game before. They do not know how to play hide and seek. That's for sure. That's number one. The zipper probably goes all the way around the suitcase. But he had two fingers out, so it don't matter where the zipper ends or whatever. He had two fingers sticking out. She could see two of his fingers. That is terrible. It is not funny. But she could see two of his fingers. That's what you get. What? Oh, boy. That is terrible. But yes, that is the update. I remember that story. And when I saw this update come across, I hadn't even really thought about it. Well, that's not true. A number of people have brought it up to me over the years, and I really hadn't thought about it. But yeah, if you are one of the very few men who cheat, very, very few men who cheat, really men don't cheat. Basically, men don't cheat. But if you're one of the very few who do, don't be trusting your life in your woman's hands. She probably know and don't mean you know. She just waiting for the opportunity to say, I thought he could get out. Terrence said, I'll just pretend to know what we're talking about. Terrence, we're talking about the story back in 2020. You might have been the one producing my show, but probably not. You wasn't even working at the station at that time. I did a story back in 2020 about a man and a woman, and they were playing hide and seek, and he got in a suitcase, and She zipped him up in the suitcase, and eventually he died. She went to bed, and he died. And then she was just at the very end of October, she was found guilty of second-degree murder. She was found guilty of second-degree murder because she zipped him up in the suitcase, but 2 of his fingers were sticking out. And her defense was, I was a battered woman. And the other defense is, I thought he could get out. Both of those defenses don't work together. Because if you were a battered woman and you thought he could get out, when he said, I can't breathe, you would have let him out. You would have said, oh, I better let him out, because if I don't let him out, once he get out, he gonna beat my ass. Right? I mean, I've never been a battered woman, so I don't know. But it seems like that would be the mindset. Right, Jerica? How is that hide and seek? I don't know, but she said that it was hide and seek. She said they were playing hide and seek. And I said they don't know how to play hide and seek. Because if you have to zip me into my hiding space and you know exactly where it is, maybe she could have argued. And I'm just thinking, spitballing here. You know how you ever played hide and seek with a little kid? And they hide somewhere where you can actually see them? Like they standing right behind the curtain, giggling. And you like, oh, where is the little baby? I'm looking under the bed. I don't see the little baby under the bed. Where is the little baby? And they maybe the little baby is in the bathroom. Let me check the bathroom. Oh, the little baby is not in the bathroom. I don't know where the little baby is. Maybe if she could have said, that's what I was doing. I was a battered woman, and I wanted him to believe that his hiding space was so good that I couldn't find him, because I feared that if I would have found him, then he might have assaulted me because he was in the habit of doing that. So I wanted him to believe that his hiding space was so good, plus I thought he could get out, so I didn't think that anything bad was going to happen to him, but I was afraid to find him. So I just kept looking like, oh, where is Jorge? Is Jorge behind the curtain? I can't find Jorge anywhere. That would have been a better defense than, well, he had 2 fingers out and I thought he could get out. Plus, I'm a battered woman. Them two just don't work together. Yes, Jorge. The man's name was Jorge Torres Jr. She's 47. He was 42. But this was 4 years ago, so she was 43 at the time. Somewhere around in there. Somewhere around in there. Do not be trusting these people that you cheating on. This is mainly for the ladies, because y'all do most of the cheating. But don't be trusting the person that you cheating on to be the person to save your life. Now, as men, we probably would, because men be forgiving women for, stuff all the time. We be knowing. We know you cheating. We know. We just love y'all so much. We love y'all so much that we kind of let y'all get away with it. But don't be expecting me to save your life when you cheating. And again, like I said, for the probably 1.5% of men who cheat, just be smart. She's not gonna save your life while you in there talking about, I can't breathe. Can't breathe, bitch, I can't breathe. She talking about that's what you get. That's what you get. Now you see how I feel when you cheat on me. Bitch, I fucking can't breathe. Now you see how I feel. But, all right, so, Terrence Howard, yes, black women cheat. Just women in general cheat. But you're right, Jerica. Come on, you call that bitch to let you out. She know how to use a zipper, don't she? I can't call her because I'm only got 2 fingers. Okay, bring me the phone. Take my finger. Push it's labeled. Go to my contacts. Push the one labeled that bitch. Just put it on my finger. I will call that bitch. Oh boy, that is terrible. It is not funny. She's found guilty of 2nd-degree murder. She gets sentenced December 2nd. So if I remember, I'll update y'all. I'll update y'all on that story again. But I just remembered the story. I saw the update, and that's that. All right, y'all. I got to get out of here. It is almost 6:30. Why do y'all do this to me? Y'all be keeping me here for no reason. I don't know why y'all do this. I want to say it's too late to get out, but it's Friday night. Just got paid. Friday night. Y'all know the rest. Get out there and do something. I'm thinking about, there's a place, hell, it used to be a spot. My band played there years ago. But it used to be a bar. I don't remember what it was called. But it's out there. Y'all know where, in Sharonville? No, not Sharonville. Springdale. In Springdale, where Thornton's is. Thornton's. What is that? Ruby Tuesday. Cracker Barrel. Directly across the street from there, there's a video game place. I haven't been yet, but I want to go to the video game place. And I think it's like $5 for an hour or $10 for a day or something like that. And you can play all of the video games that you want to play. I think I'm going to go check that out. I want to, at some point, I might take the little baby, even though I know she ain't going to like it. It's old school video games. I'm believing. I haven't checked it out yet, but I believe it's old school video games there. I forget what the place is called. Yeah, right by the wing joint. Yeah. So I kind of want to go in there and I want to check it out. No, it's not Sharonville. It's Sharon Road, I believe is. No, is it? Whatever it is. That's not Sharonville. That's Springdale. But I'm going to go check it out. I'll let y'all know, like their assortment. Because I went to their website, and they don't have anything on the website to say these are the games we got or anything like that. So I'm going to go check it out. I'll let y'all know. I'm probably not going tonight. Because I got the little baby, But I'm going to go. Y'all saying that is Sharonville. I thought Sharonville was like up there where Sharon Woods is. I thought that was, it's called Arcade Legacy. Yes, that's what it's called. I thought Sharonville was like up there where Sharon Woods is. This is out there like where in the area where like Code 51 is. That's Sharonville? I thought that was Springdale. But maybe not. I don't know. I could be wrong. It could be Sharonville. It could be. Either way, I don't think that the little baby will enjoy it. But I'm going to go check it out first. I'll take her at some point. Lewis says, no, it's Sharonville. Okay, I stand corrected. It's Sharonville. E-Man, can you please unblock me? I won't act up no more. I've learned my lesson. Please unblock me. I'm begging you. What are you talking about? Nate, you are not blocked. I don't know what you're talking about. Brent says, after playing those video games about 10 minutes, You're going to find out that you are out of video arcade game shape. Now, it used to be a spot up in Forest Fair Mall. There was the same concept. And I used to go up there, and yes, by Red Roof Inn, Lewis. I used to go up there, and me and Mrs. Livingston would go and play. They had, Punch Out. They had all the, Donkey Kong, all of the old school video games, and then they had the new video games where you could, do stuff as well. So yeah, no, they had all of that stuff, and I used to go up there and love it. Yeah, I'm kind of just a big kid. I like doing kid stuff. I like having fun. But that's a spot I might, if I'm not doing anything tomorrow, I might stop by tomorrow and check it out. I won't necessarily say I'll stay and play, but I'll go in and walk around and see what they got. And I'll give y'all an update if I get an opportunity to go. But no matter what it is, whatever it is that you choose to do this evening, get out there, enjoy yourself, and as always, be the reason that somebody smiles. Till next time, I'm out, y'all.